Today, I'm reacting to your most inspiring gaming setups. Let's get into the first one. The next one is Tim. He is 13 years old, out of New York, and his occupation is school and trading stocks. His main game is Call of Duty, and his previous setup was just kind of bad, so he wanted to upgrade it. What inspired him to build his current setup is moving to New York and wanting to have a nice setup, and he combined these two things. He built a setup for gaming and productivity, and he built this setup about a month ago. It took him about 1 month and a week to get everything exactly how he wanted it. He afforded his setup when he bought a lot of Grubhub stock during the COVID, and it skyrocketed, making me enough money to sell off the stock and buy the setup. Now that's insane. I can't lie. That's kind of cool. The only future plan he has is to buy a GutzyAiden mousepad, so I really appreciate that. So cool. That's awesome that you sold stocks to get this setup. That's cool. I was really excited to see this because, like, you can see, like, underneath his desk is floating in the air, you know? So I was like, that's really cool. So I would really recommend to try to space some stuff out, or like rearrange the room a little bit so you could make out more room. But I would love to see like an ultra wide, and then you just have a nice ass view. Look, it probably looks insane during the morning, but I love that you have this white, black, and wood theme going on, which I would love to see more of. I just want to see an ultra wide setup that is very clean and minimal, but overall really clean, and I think you've done a great job. I really love that it's on a high-rise setup, and I love your story as well, that you sold the stocks to get your PC and your setup. So I think that's really cool. I'm impressed. What do you guys think? 9, 10 out of 10. He's 13. Yes. This video is sponsored by GutzyAiden.com, my own mousepad company. Some of the setups in this video use our mousepads. So if you like what you see, use the link down in the description to get one for yourself. Now back to the video. This is Drew. He is 13 years old, and his occupation is a Roblox dev and mowing lawns. He's located in Texas, and his main game is Rainbow Six Siege, COD, Fortnite, Roblox, Forza, and Madden 23. His previous setup was just an HP Office laptop and a $5 mouse, which obviously this is a huge upgrade since then. His main inspirations to build the setup is me, TechSource, and Casp, which is dope. He built a setup for gaming / schoolwork, and he built the setup in 2022. It took him about 2 years to build this entire setup. His future plans to build his setup is to order a brand new CPU, motherboard, and a liquid cooler. So yeah, this is super cool. At 13, this is pretty insane. So this is really, really clean. Let's take a look through the setup. I mean, I love the orientation of the monitors. I think that's super cool. The PC case is awesome as well. I've never seen like dots like this with a light. That's so cool. I've never seen that in some sort of case like this. And then here's the cable management. I would have liked to see a little bit more organization. I love that you mounted your power strip, but I would have liked to see like an actual raceway with this organized. But overall though, love the theme and aesthetic. I love that you put the wall panels up, and the lighting on the wall panels looks actually really solid. 8.5. I agree. So this is Blake's setup. He is 14 years old, out of Australia. His main game is Rust. What inspired him to build his current gaming setup is me and TechSource, so I appreciate that. He built a setup for gaming, and he built a setup in January 1st this year. So dang, this is pretty new. It took him about 5 years to save up and also build this setup, and then he afforded his setup by saving up money he found on the ground and what he saved up for Christmases and birthdays for 5 years. Dang. Money he found on the ground, bro must have found like thousands of dollars on the ground or something. That's crazy. His next upgrades is he wants a larger mouse pad and a webcam to start streaming. For 14 years old, this is really great. I'm already looking at this going, this is nice. On top of that, I love like the wood with these white peripherals. I think it's great. Thank you for the mouse pad order, by the way. But I do love how the blank wall and the lighting behind the monitor gives this really nice glow, and it makes the setup look really great. These white peripherals with the natural light coming in, I love it. I also like the hints of blue too. I think this is great. I also like, yeah, the case looks really clean too. I think that's literally the same PC case as my gaming PC. I think that's the NZXT H5 Flow. Love the peripherals. I love how, you know, he's kind of turned them to blue, white, and kept the aesthetic throughout the whole setup. And I love the hints of wood too. Yeah, could use some under desk glow. I agree. That chair's on life support though, bro. Jesus, dude, that chair is falling apart. I think overall I would rate this an 8 out of 10. This is Alaya. I think that's how you say her name. She is 14 years old. Her occupation is dropshipping. They are located out of Israel, and their main game is Minecraft and Beeman Drive. What inspired her to build her current setup is TechSource. They built their gaming setup for gaming and work. They built their setup in 2021, and it took them about 2 years to build their entire setup. They afforded their setup by saving money and also my parents' money to buy certain things for me. and they did it themselves. That's awesome. So let's take a look at the setup. I mean, already off the bat, this is looking super clean. I love the PC as well. I love how much RGB's in the PC. The peripherals looking super nice as well. Cable management's looking really tidy under here as well. I like how each cable is kind of like where it's going is you know, cable tied, which is really well done there. The PC is one of the coolest things I've seen though. I don't know what these RGB cubes are, like a rectangles, or what are they called? I don't even know what you call these, but it makes the PC look insane. Very minimal. I would have liked to see the lights diffused on the bottom there, or just like on the bottom of the desk instead. Like I'm really impressed with the color scheme. I really like it. Overall, I love the setup. I think it's a great solid foundation. 7. Yeah, I would say this is a solid 7. Albie, he is 15 years old, out of England, and his main games are Fortnite and Rocket League. His previous setup was pretty bad, he says, and what inspired him to build his current setup is everyone on TikTok. So he built the setup for gaming and schoolwork, and he built the setup over about a month ago. It took him about 3 weeks to build the whole thing, and he afforded his setup by Christmases, birthdays, and working around his house. Who helped him build the setup and why? And no one really helped him out to build the setup. He did it on his own, and he wanted it a clean space for himself. Let's take a look. Here's his PC, looking like a little rough there, looking like a little budget build here. Not too bad. For the most part, this is a really solid build right here. I love the skylight right above your setup. I think that adds so much nice lighting into your room, like into your setup. Everything else though, I love the color theme and the idea you're going for. I love the skylight. I think there could be so many cool things you could do with this. Overall though, what do you guys think about the setup? I like the pegboard on the left. I wish you would have showed more of the room so I could see, but I love the painted wall with the white. I think it makes the setup pop. I would love to see more cable management and a little bit more personality put throughout the setup, but I love this skylight. I think it adds so much personality. Super cool. Yeah, I could probably rate it like a solid 6. The next setup is Trevor. Now he is 19 years old and he's a salesman out of North Carolina. His main game is Fortnite, Call of Duty, and scary games on Steam. His previous setup was just a coffee table and he used to sit on the ground and play the keyboard and mouse on his knees, that's kind of crazy. I used to do that too. What inspired him to build his current setup is YouTubers like me, Casp, and Slush, and he's built the setup for gaming and entertainment. He built the setup in October 2022, and it took him about overall 4 years to save up and build this entire setup. The monitors and stuff like that, kind of a unique layout. Double ultra wides, one up top, one curved on the bottom. It's really interesting. I've never seen someone really pull it off very well, but overall though, it's not a bad setup. I just think it needs more reorganization with the cable management, with the orientation of the monitors, stuff like that. Color scheme is there. Yeah, it's probably like a 6. I agree. If you enjoyed that video, watch this one next, and don't forget to follow the Twitch down below. See you there.